trash talking. We're not talking at all. What speaks is what stands on the field. Push and shove and act tough now. Talk as much as you want. Sorry, but we are not planning to yield. We are the underdogs. We are the underdogs. We are the underdogs. We are the underdogs. impossible. These are all lies. Don't have the time anymore to be wise. Circle away to Chicago. Circle away to Utah. Circle away to Spokane, baby. Surf wherever you want. I know you keep telling me walk out there without an idea.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Comedy Sports New Year's Eve edition. Those of you already in 2021, greetings from the past. In the meantime, we will catch up to you soon, but let's go ahead and introduce our players tonight. Tonight, for the blue team in the first half from Portland, Maine, please give a welcome to Jay Reading Rambo, Matt Danger Russell, and your blue team captain, Krista Gimme Simonis. Tonight for the red team playing for Portland, Oregon, we have Amy, Wicked Witch of the West, Amy Zingray, and your team captain, Amy Pepper Milstein. And finally, last but not least, tonight's referee is Patrick Electrical Shorts.
Hey, good evening, fans, and welcome to the end of 2020. And thank you for celebrating with us here at Comedy Sports in Portland. We have a bunch of great folks with us tonight from across the U.S., from Maine, from New York, from Milwaukee, from Boise, from Los Angeles, and from here, all across the Portland, Oregon area. We have fans viewing us from 2021 in Australia. Wrap your head around that. We have at least one fan from Mexico. We are international tonight, and it's great to be here. What you're going to see is competitive improvisational comedy, and it's all up to you, fans. You have to give us suggestions for things in the chat when we ask for them. Please address them to all panelists and attendees so that everybody can see it, and we'll all be happy. There will also be a couple opportunities tonight for you to vote for which team you preferred, and ultimately you control who wins and who loses. We have a bunch of people helping us out tonight. Our announcer, you met us before, it's Leslie Mansfield. Leslie.
How's it going, Pat?
Not sure what you're doing there in Lucas Oil Field in Indianapolis, but cool. All right.
You know, 2021 will come faster here, so I decided to jump ahead.
That's probably true. On the chat tonight, we have our chat goddess, Marianne Rambo. Marianne, what up with you?
Hey, how's it going, Pat? You look great tonight.
Thanks. Black and white suits me.
It does.
Excellent. And you look great tonight, too, even though you don't have a camera on that computer.
Thank you. I dressed up just for all of you.
That's fantastic. Also, on keyboards tonight, Mark Anderson. Mark, 88. And that's how he expresses himself, and so beautifully. So beautifully. So all these people will be helping to make your experience the best thing that it can be. And right now we're going to kick things off, and I'm going to call both captains for the first half on the screen. And we have Captain Krista, and we have Captain... So this first half, folks, is a team of Amy's versus Maine. I know, it's a little interesting, but there you go. And Amy Westrup, by the way, is joining us from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is really cool. It's ultimately the home, the original home of Comedy Sports.
Hey, Mr. Referee.
Yeah.
Can you talk about our special guest who's going to be reporting from various places?
Totally. I wanted the captains up here first, but we also have CSz roving field reporter Tim Harrison from Indianapolis. Tim, what have you seen out there tonight?
Well, it's been an exciting day already in the CSz family. The first report I have is from Manchester, England, where their final match of 2020 ended in a tie between the ref and the red team.
And what happened to the blue team?
They got all their points deducted by the referee, and so they ended up tying the red team. So, and the further report, they're all asleep.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
We'll go over to San Jose.
Yeah,
See what's
Tim's
up
going to
with
bounce down to San Jose and find out what's going on down there in their show that's happening right now. Thank you, Tim. We'll see you in a few. All right, hey, captains, we have a couple of things we need to go over, a couple of important rules. We have the technical foul, so if anybody's muted when they're not supposed to be, or their internet freezes, or Comcast calls, anything like that, they could lose a point or two. I won't probably take anything more than that away tonight because it's New Year's Eve. Most important foul is the bag. So if anybody says anything lewd, crude, lascivious, racist, sexist, Marxist, or too soon, they get the bag. And that is not an honor because we're trying to play to the top of our intelligence here at Comedy Sports. Now, I can't come to your place and bag you, so we need something that acts like a bag. So you have 5 seconds. This is your coin toss. Whoever has the best one will get to call the first game. All right, here we go. Oh, looks like Krista is prepared. Krista has a brown shopping bag. Matt also has a brown shopping bag, and I'm not sure why he's on the screen. And Amy has hers decorated. But I am going to go, I'm going to say Maine won the toss by being slightly quicker. And also, Amy, your thing scares me, just like you do sometimes. Yeah.
Good.
So, Captain Krista, you've won the toss. What game do you want to open with?
We'd like to open with the game of categories.
Fantastic. So prepare your teams and bring everybody back to the screen. Fans, for the game of categories, we're going to need a bunch of categories. So an example might be fruits, or it might be animals. I don't want to use them all up, but we need you to put categories that you'd like to hear the players pull from during this game. Now, I will bounce around and call on players, and then they're going to have to come up with something in that category. And if they fail to, I will eliminate them. If they hesitate too long, I will eliminate them. If we get sick of looking at them, I will eliminate them. But categories has a twist, because I might ask a player which is also on something they say, and they have to create a new category out of what they just said. Ooh, difficult. Everybody say ooh. Ooh. All right. So the winning team here is going to get 5 big points. Players, are we all ready?
Yes.
All right. Hey, let's go to Marianne for our first category in categories.
All right, our first category I'm going to take from Mark is movies.
Okay. It's movies. Players, Matt.
Shallow Hal.
Jay.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Amy Gray.
A New Hope.
Amy Milsh.
Meet Me in St. Louis.
Krista.
Titanic.
Amy Westrup.
When Harry Met Sally.
Gray.
Attack of the Clones.
Matt.
The Phantom Menace.
Matt.
Everybody Loves Raymond the movie. Give it 30 years, it'll be rebooted.
Somebody will reboot it, but let's reboot you right now. All right. So Matt has been eliminated. We didn't even have to scatter the gories. He didn't expect that, did he? All right. So we need a new category.
Something else. That sounds medieval.
I know.
All right, from loyal fan Olivia, we've got dog breeds.
Dog breeds. Dog breeds. All right. Krista.
Pomeranian.
Jay.
Poodle.
Westrup.
Sharpay.
Milsh.
Chihuahua.
Jay.
Beagle.
Gray.
Gotti.
Milsh.
Mexican Hairless.
Westrup.
Dalmatian.
Which is also a...
Thing I like to wear on my feet.
I'll take it. Gray.
Tiny Slippers.
Krista.
Pom-poms.
Are you sure? Jay.
Yes.
Warm socks.
Milsh.
Worm Socks.
Worm socks?
You can't have warm socks without worm socks. It's
Yes,
a
you
law.
can. You are out of there.
All right, I'll take my worm socks and go.
Yeah, take your worm socks and go. We need a new category.
All right, from loyal fan Steve, let's take cars.
Cars and Gray.
Ford Falcon.
Jay.
Herbie the Love Bug.
Westrup.
Mustang.
Krista.
Honda Accord 1997.
Very specific. Gray.
Impala.
Which is also a...
African Animal.
Westrup.
Elephant.
Jay.
Lion.
Krista.
Toyota Camry 2003.
They might drive them in Africa. In fact, it's fairly likely. However, that's not an animal.
I'm so excited.
I know. Very specific, by the way, on the Honda Accord. Oh, a new player.
It's a great car.
French Matt has appeared. Okay, I need a new category.
I may regret this, but I really want to take Felix's suggestion of words that sound silly when you say them angry.
Felix?
You're welcome. Yes.
Thank you, Felix. Words that sound angry. What? Do that again?
Words that sound silly when you say them angry.
Okay, great. French Matt.
Avocado toast.
French Matt.
Bonjour.
French Matt.
Omelette du fromage.
French Matt.
Patrick Short.
Out.
Okay, do not tell American Matt Russell I was here.
Au revoir.
That's
Okay.
kind of what I thought was going to happen with that suggestion.
Thank you. What's a real suggestion?
A real suggestion from Colin is art supplies.
Art supplies. Westrup.
Blue.
Gray.
Color pencils.
J.
Crayons.
Gray.
Exacto knife.
Westrup.
Pastels.
Which are also
Something I like to wear as bathing suits.
gray.
Flowers.
J.
Board shorts.
Gray.
Pinstripes.
Westrup.
Polka dots.
Westrup.
Stripes. It's diagonally.
Gray.
Mesh in strategic places.
Westrup.
Loaves of bread.
Those would get soggy.
Oh, it's a Lake Michigan thing. Right.
Yeah, Lake Michigan thing, like alewives. All right. We're down to Gray and Jay, which has been a lot of fun for me to say. I might get back to saying Amy since there's only one Amy on the screen right now. What's our final category?
Our final category from several different people is insects.
Insects. Thank you very much. Insects. Jay.
Beetle.
Amy.
Ladybug.
Amy.
Praying mantis.
Jay.
Wasp.
Jay.
Bee.
Jay.
Honeybee.
Ooh. Your first category contained the second thing. They're not different things, so I'm going to send you out, and the Amy's have won the first round.
Amy's.
And that brings the score 5-0 for the red team.
And French Matt is being silly because he's still angry. All right. Hey, Captain Amy on the field, please. That's right. So your team won that round despite your worm
you can't
socks.
stop the Amy's.
No, I don't want to.
Triple A, baby.
So, what game would you like to play in Team Choice round?
We are going to play the game of changing emotions and styles
Wow, that is impressive.
and accents.
Great. What kind of suggestion would you like to start your scene?
I would like to get like a little event that maybe happened recently that was, small and fun and
Okay, fans, throw in a small, little, fun event
meaningful.
into chat. And also in chat, what we're going to need are a bunch of emotions or human states of being or feelings. Happy would be an example. We're also going to need some styles. We can take some styles of literature, some styles of movies. Also, they would like some accents. I would like Western European accents mostly, but we'll see what happens. All right, so we're throwing a whole bunch of things in there. And Marianne, what is our scene suggestion?
I'm going to take from Robin the suggestion of poker game.
Okay, so the Amy's will be characters at a poker game, and periodically I will appear on the screen, blow my whistle, and give them an emotion or a style or a state of being or an accent, and everybody has to use that suggestion until I come back and change it again. Again, very difficult. Say ooh. Ooh. Great. Awesome. All right, players, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, it's a poker game, changing emotion styles. Take the screen.
I have $50 and Chex Mix for everyone.
Oh, it's tonight. Oh,
Yeah.
Tuesday poker. I just got out of the shower. Oh
But
man.
You said today was the night that I could play.
Well, yeah, of course you can play. And I'm glad
Flabbergasted.
you're gonna play. Okay. Chex Mix. Chex Mix. Okay.
Chex Mix, I thought that would be like the penultimate party snack for poker. Ah!
Hey, are you out of the shower yet? What are you doing here? Is that Chex Mix? I love it.
So?
School play.
Yeah, it's Chex Mix. Here. Sorry.
The Chex Mix. Hi, Mom. Mom, it's me. I'm on the stage.
So, deal me in, buckos.
There is nothing I would rather see than Chex Mix chopped up like a chipped up tree.
I can't remember my lines because I just...
Film noir.
That's right, she can't remember her lines because I poisoned that Chex Mix. It makes everyone forget, so I'm guaranteed to win.
I don't even need cards at these games. I just put my stems up and I watch everybody ogle them. It takes them off their cards and takes me into their minds.
Listen, if you're here to play, let's play. Stop pussyfooting around.
Oh, I'm here to play.
Scottish.
I'm here to play. I've got my playing kilt on and I brought a dram of mead too.
All right, now let's sit down and see about some poker.
Right.
I already have 2 aces up me kilt. It hurts.
Oh, those aren't aces, are they? Well, I'll tell you, I've got a full flush for you on account of the mead.
Befuddled.
It's just so interesting because I have all these aces. I've got 2 black ones and 2 red ones, and I don't know what that means.
Are these numbers all in order good or bad?
I don't think these are really cards.
Is there
And that is time. Changing emotions and styles from our friends on the red team of Amy's. All right. Before we call our blue captain to the screen, I understand roving field reporter from CSz News, Tim Harrison, is here with us. Is that correct, Tim?
Yes, Patrick, I'm here on the streets of 2020. And things are not looking good. Luckily, this is almost all over. I do have an update from a match today. The Philadelphia red team won hands down 24-17.
Oh, that's
And also
solid.
Buffalo in their last match, which was actually an all pun game match, by the way, ended up 48-47 red team over the
wow, fantastic.
barn burner. Yeah.
Sounds like if it was in Buffalo, somebody missed a field goal at the end. So,
Ooh,
just saying,
yeah.
yeah. Ooh,
Just
too
right.
soon, right? Hey, next time, Tim, could you turn your camera around and show us 2021?
Sure. Yeah. Next time I'll come up with something really clever.
Okay.
We're going through a variety of microphones throughout the night. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Tim Harrison from CSz
San
News.
Jose.
Tim, thank you so much. Hey, let's have our blue captain on the screen. Yeah. Okay. Hey.
Hi.
Nice to see you, and that is such a lovely panorama on your backgrounds, Maine.
Thank
I'm
you.
so moved. I also want to explain to people who might know that Jay Reading Rambo also plays for Portland, Oregon, but Jay has played a significant number of matches during this last year for CSz Maine, and so many that they gave him a jersey. So that's why he's with them tonight. So that's pretty awesome. Krista, what game do you want to play up against the Changing Emotions?
Triangle.
Okay, fantastic. For triangle, we're going to need 3 different suggestions. First of all, I would like to get a decade in the 20th century. That's the last century. Please get a decade for us. And I would also like a clique or group from high school. Example might be jocks, but let's have another one because I used that one up. And I'm going to go to the main team, to wild card. What kind of suggestion do you want thrown in there?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. You know, we didn't practice anything musical.
Oh, so you want a musical style?
You bet your biscuits.
Well,
Okay.
you know what? Why not?
Okay, musical style
We're
that,
gonna go in
and
order.
because of Zoom, it can't be incredibly heavily rhythmic. I just got to tell you that. This is how
Yeah,
Zoom
we're-
works. But
So
we'll
we're
see
sorry,
what
Rob.
comes up.
Dubstep
Yeah.
is probably not going to be one that we take.
Yeah. We do have a suggestion from Mark Walters of blues, so I'm going to take blues. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. And what are our other suggestions? What came in for the clique and for the decade, Marianne?
Well, we had a whole bunch of people say the 20s, and since you said what century, we're going to say the 1920s, please.
Yeah.
And then also loyal fan Rob, since we didn't take dubstep from you, we'll go ahead and take chess club.
Chess club. What a clique. All right. That is awesome. Fantastic. So what's going to happen is we're going to start with 2 of the players in the 1920s, and then we'll go to the next scene, and we'll go to the next scene, and they'll keep. I'll keep rotating them, and we'll see new scenes from those 3 suggestions. Fans, you'll be voting on this up against the changing emotion styles, so it's up to you. Maine, are you ready?
Yes.
Can we review the styles? I have short-term brain.
Apparently so. Who's up? Who's on the screen first?
Me and Jay.
Okay, and you are?
1920s.
Excellent. So who's up next? Krista and Matt, and you are?
Are
Chess
we
club?
Blues or chess club?
Chess club.
Chess club. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Wait, no,
and
that's
then
me.
for Jay and Krista, it's blues.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Let's go
Sorry.
back to our first group in the 1920s. Players?
Say there, Philip. I can't help but notice you checking out those dames over there.
Well, Mortimer, I sure happen to think they are something to see.
Every time I look at a dame, I can't help but think of when I served in World War One.
Oh, the Great War.
Luckily, we've learned from everything. There won't be a World War II.
No, certainly not.
Switch.
Kathy, the pressure's getting to me.
I know, but you just have to look past this Queen's Gambit.
I'm trying, but if we don't win in the tournament on Saturday, I won't be able to go to college.
Don't worry about your checkered past.
You know what?
Switch.
Tell us about it.
Well, it was back in the yesterday, the day before today. I thought everything was gonna be okay. But then you came along and you told me of this world.
I did.
Now it's just like the whole thing's been unfurled. It's bad.
So
Switch.
Oh no!
Oh.
I can't hear you.
Well, that was
can't
because
hear
I was
you.
doing a new thing called pantomime. I learned it from some British people back in the war.
Silent film.
Excellent. Wow, how worthy of you. Tell me more.
Well, pantomime is a lot like children's theater, except you focus on a more dignified fairy tale from British lore, like Dick Whittington or Snow White. And then you
Something
have
you might
some
see at the
sort of
Nickelodeon.
Exactly. And then you bring in a celebrity in a body role. That's what pantomime is, and why I didn't get a technical foul. Well, this is the night.
Do it. I can't. I'm too anxious.
Have you talked to the bishop?
I have.
Switch.
I didn't mean
You didn't mean
to cause you such grief.
to cause me such grief.
I just thought I'd offer you
How you feel
some Arby's roast beef.
the roast beef.
Switch.
And that was the last time I ever saw somebody wearing a helmet with a spike on the top of it.
And that is time. The blue team from Maine with changing emotions and...
Triangle.
I'm sorry, it's triangle. I was so caught up in it, I didn't even know what it was. Fans, it's time for you to vote. We're going to pop up a poll here, and you get to vote between the blue team and their triangles game or the red team and their changing emotion styles. One vote per person, but get those votes in very, very quickly. Votes are flying in. While votes are coming in, Leslie, do we have an announcement?
We do, as a matter of fact. If you're interested in supporting our efforts to continue keeping this online and keeping the insanity going, just check out the chat wherever you put it for the information on how to do that. Back to you, Pat.
Thanks very much. Yeah, it's we're doing the shows at no charge. The Zoom links are free, but we do appreciate your support via Venmo or PayPal. That would be fantastic. We're going to end the poll right here. A lot of people voted, and it was pretty close. 57% for blue team, 43% for red team. And so what I'm going to do is round up and round down. 6 points for blue.
What?
4 points for red. And there was a technical foul on the blue team on that, so minus 1 point on that.
We were talking about pantomime, and I was giving an example.
And there's about to be another point deducted.
I'm leaving now.
Yes, okay. Cool.
That brings our score 9-4, still in favor of the Red Amy's.
All right.
Ooh.
So next
95,
up,
I know
I
this
need both captains on the screen. Awesome. Captain Amy, Captain Krista, great to see you. It's been super, super fun so far. We're going to do a head-to-head game here to close the first half. We'll have a very brief halftime, and then we'll bring out two new teams for the second half. No Amy's, but there will be an Amelia in that. So I hope that's okay.
That's Amy adjacent.
It is Amy adjacent.
I wasn't Amy.
Oh, well, there'll be another Amy in the second half then, sort of. I don't think we want to call her that right now, though. Okay, cool. Hey, so you are behind Captain Krista, so you get to call the head-to-head. What game will it be?
Oh boy, I'm so glad you threw this to me, because my memory, as you've determined, is just right on top there. It is. Yeah, I think we
Get
want
rid
to
of
play
the is from your
the
name.
game that's inspired by my name. It's Simon.
So when you're in years to come, you're going to look back on the video of this, and you'll think that was an amazing moment. All right.
No, I didn't know that I would.
So there's
know this.
calling the game of Simon, and in the game of Simon, it's a head-to-head competition, and we count rotations. If you get rotated, it's not a great thing. So what's going to happen is we're going to get a bunch of suggestions from you. I would like, please, some occupations and some hobbies and some animals. Throw those, please, into our chat, and then Marianne will select among those for the different rounds. And what's going to happen is we're going to tell the story one person at a time, back and forth, building up the information until somebody forgets something. It's like that game Simon, where you have to follow the pattern, only harder. as I think you'll see. All right, let's have our first two players up, please. One from each team, an Amy and a Maynor. It's Jay and Milsh. All right, and what's our first suggestion?
Our first suggestion from Gloria is giraffe.
Also
giraffe. From Kathleen, so it's a popular suggestion.
Thank you, Kathleen and Gloria. Excellent. At this time, by the way, I want to recognize some of our loyal fans. We've got people viewing from many countries. I believe I saw somebody who's watching us from Manchester, UK. And I don't know what time it is there, but you're crazy. Okay? This is good. So that's really cool. Also, Gloria and her family have been coming for many years to our live New Year's Eve things, and we're delighted that they're here tonight. Thank you so much for your support. Hey, so giraffe is our first thing, and we're going to start with the team that's behind. Jay will get to go first. Players, are you ready?
Yes. I took a picture of the giraffe.
I took a picture of a giraffe, and it smiled at me.
I took a picture of a giraffe, and it smiled at me. It had leaves in its teeth.
I took a picture of a giraffe, and it smiled at me. And it had leaves in its teeth, and they looked delicious.
I took a picture of a giraffe. It smiled at me. It had leaves in its teeth, and they looked delicious. I thought I'd try some myself.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jay. You forgot the little tongue thrust that she did after the delicious. So that little detail wasn't there. Now, I might have missed other details, but I did see that one. So let's rotate blue. New blue players up against Milsh. We're not rotating both. So there we go. Awesome. I hit the wrong button and brought up the wrong player. My fault. Okay. So let's get a new suggestion.
Let's go with Olivia's suggestion of dentist.
Dentist, and we're going to start with Milsh.
My mouth was wide open at the dentist.
My mouth was wide open at the dentist. And then they told me I had to pay for a proximity thing that I didn't need.
My mouth was wide open at the dentist. And then they told me I had to pay for a proximity thing that I didn't need. So I refused.
My mouth was wide open at the dentist. And then they told me I had to pay for a proximity thing that I didn't need. So I refused and corrected them, saying proximity was the wrong word.
My mouth was wide open at the dentist. And they charged me a proximity thing that I didn't need. So I refused. I know what? There's a lot of words. I have to go look up some things. I'll be back.
Okay.
Amy!
Yep. I don't even want to explain
there,
that.
Pat. It's late.
Hey, Amy Westrop's here.
Hey.
Amy, tell us one thing our fans need to know about Milwaukee.
Oh, it is 18 degrees and snowing right now.
And that's Fahrenheit, people, not Celsius. 18 degrees Celsius would be in the low 60s Fahrenheit and quite pleasant. All right. What's our new suggestion?
Our new suggestion from Steve is a zookeeper.
Zookeeper. Let's start with Amy Westrop.
I was mopping up the lion cage.
I was mopping up the lion cage, and then it roared. Roar!
I was mopping up the lion cage, and then it roared. Roar! It had a tangle in its mane.
I was mopping up the lion cage, and then it roared. Roar! It had a tangle in its mane. Luckily, I went to cosmetology school. Huzzah!
I was mopping up the lion cage, and then it roared. Roar! It had a tangle in its mane. Luckily, I went to cosmetology school. Huzzah! Nat, 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 nat.
I was mopping up the lion cage, and then it roared. Roar! It had a tangle in its mane. Luckily, I went to cosmetology school. Huzzah! Nat, 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 nat. And it looked fabulous.
I was mopping up the lion cage, and then it roared. Roar! It had a tangle in its mane. Luckily, I went to cosmetology school. Huzzah! Nat, 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 nat. And then it looked fabulous. Woo!
I was mopping up the lion cage, and then it roared. Roar! It had a gnat in its mane. Luckily, I went to cosmetology school. Huzzah! Gnat, 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 gnat. And then it looked fabulous. Whoa! And I bought it dinner.
I just didn't quite believe you in that role.
I bought it dinner.
Just for a moment. There was a moment. Did great through most of it, but I got to rotate you.
Yeah,
we need another player up for blue. That's Captain Krista.
Hey, it's
And
my wife.
we're going to have Captain Krista start. And what is our new suggestion?
All right, I'm going to try and recover from that. Our new suggestion from Kathleen is metal detector.
Okay. Metal detector. We're going to have Krista start. Technical foul. Muted. I'll let you start again.
My science project was a metal detector.
My science project was a metal detector, and so I ran to the beach.
My science project was a metal detector, and so I ran to the beach.
My science project was a metal detector, so I ran to the beach. I have asthma.
My science project was a metal detector, and so I ran to the beach. I have asthma. Don't worry, I'm fine.
My science project was a metal detector, so I ran to the beach. I have asthma, but don't worry, I'm fine. Oh, a cumulus nimbus cloud.
My science project was a metal detector.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It would be a cumulus cloud or a cumulonimbus cloud. So we're going to rotate red on that one. I know. I had to throw them out for some reason. They're doing extremely well. All right. Amy Gray is up. And let's have another suggestion from our fans, please, Marianne.
I'm going to take from loyal fan Lisa, duck decoy.
Duck decoy. And we'll have Amy start. Duck decoy. Thank you, Lisa.
Jake finished his first decoy. Done.
Jake finished his first decoy. Done. Now he had to sharpen his knife.
Jake finished his first decoy. Done. Now he had to sharpen his knife. He reached for the stone.
Jake finished his first decoy. Done. Now he had to sharpen his knife. He reached for the stone and touched a spider.
Jake finished his first decoy. Done. Now he has to sharpen his knife. He reached for the stone and touched a spider.
Jake finished his first decoy. Done. Now he has to sharpen his knife. He reached for the stone and touched a spider. Whoa! It wasn't that bad.
Jake finished his first decoy. Done. Now he gets to sharpen his knife. He reached for the stone and touched a spider. It wasn't really that bad, and the spider spoke to him.
Jake finished his first decoy. Done! Now he has to sharpen his knife. He reached for the stone and touched a spider. Wow! It wasn't that bad, and the spider spoke to him. Young Jake, I'd like to purchase a duck decoy.
Jake finished his first decoy. Done! Now he has to sharpen his knife. He reached for the stone and touched a spider. It wasn't really that bad, and the spider spoke to him. Jake, I would like to purchase a duck decoy.
I'm sorry, the spider said young Jake. So we missed that word. We're going to rotate Amy out, and that is time. All right. So which team rotated fewer times, Leslie?
That would be the blue team, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so the blue team gets 5 points for that, and we're going to relaunch the poll and give the fans a voice in who entertained them more in that game. So while this poll is going blue team versus red team, Leslie, what kind of announcements do we have now?
I do have another announcement, as a matter of fact. This Sunday, January 2nd at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is...
Wait. It's Saturday, isn't it? Saturday, January 2nd.
Maybe. I don't know what day it is. It's 2020 and it's almost...
Woo! Yeah,
January 2nd, Saturday, right? 7 p.m. is going to be our Pro-Am match. So if you're interested in seeing some of our newly trained minor league improvisers go up against some of our veterans here, be sure to check that out. If you want to get some free tickets to that, go to portlandcomedy.com for those details. And back to you, Pat.
Cool. Thank you so much. Also, the direct link to register for Saturday night is in chat right now. Thank you, Marianne. I'm going to share the results. You all voted a tie, which means both teams entertained you amazingly. I'm going to give 5 points to both teams. And Leslie, what's that make our score?
That evens out our score to end the first half 14-14. This is becoming a real barn burner, Pat.
It certainly is. Call out the fire department. And let's call all of our players from the first half back to the screen. And let's say goodbye to them. Leslie?
All right. Playing in our first half that we can say goodbye to is Jay Reading Rambo, Amy Zingray, Matt Danger Russell, Amy Wicked Witch of the Westrup, and your team captains, Blue Team Krista Gimme Simonis, and Red Team Amy Pepper Milstein. Don't leave yet, fans. We've got a whole second half left.
We do have a whole second half coming up. And if I could check in with Marianne. Marianne, has field reporter Tim been sighted?
He has been sighted. He is in the building and ready to give us a report.
Okay, let's head over to Tim. Tim, good to see you.
Yes.
What's up?
This is 2021. A little sneak preview here.
Yes!
So I just want to report first off, the San Jose match is already off the rails. But of course, that Jeff Kramer's reffing, so that's pretty obvious. I'd like to give you an update of the Richmond score from earlier in the evening.
Oh, fantastic.
So hang on to your hats here. Red had 18. Blue had 17.
Oh.
The Loyal Fans had 83. Dave Gow had -1.
He's their boss.
A tree got 3 points. Rachel's jacket got 3 points.
Oh, I saw that on Twitter before. That's worthy.
And I actually played 2 games with them, and I won with 500 points.
Tim, congratulations.
No, but I donated them. 2021, I donated them to the fans, so actually the fans won.
Oh, that's incredibly generous of you. That's like those roving sideline reporters who ask the coach at halftime, "How's it going?" And the coach is like, "We need to improve on this and that." It's like them winning. That's so great, though.
Pat, I thought that we were having a little chaos in our match, but I'm feeling a little less chaotic now.
Oh,
just a little less.
Just wait. Second half is coming. Yeah, there we go. And hey, fans, I want to let you know that if you already missed some of the players from the first half because you established such a great relationship with them, they will be back at the very end. This is a whole match. The second half teams are still playing for blue and red, and then all the players will be back for our last chance round pun game. And it will be a brand new game, which is dangerous. So there you go. All right, let's kick off the second half, and I want to let everybody know that in about 11 minutes, we will be celebrating the new year for our friends in Puerto Rico. So we will have a countdown and a ball drop for Puerto Rico at 8 o'clock Pacific time. All right, let's turn it back over to Leslie, and let's meet our second half teams.
All right, sports fans, I hope you're geared up for the second half. With that, let's bring out our blue team. First up is Jim Hacky Sapp, Amelia Fair or Fowler, and your blue team captain, Johanna Sweet and Lowenberg. And playing for your red team tonight, we have Cohen Leroy Jenkins, Rick Try This in Stedman, and your red team captain, Ruth Jumpin' Jack Jenkins. And of course, last but not least, let's bring out again our favorite referee, Patrick Electrical Short.
Hey, I'm back. Awesome. Great to see you. Hey, we do have some all-star guests in here in the second half from different cities. We have Amelia from New York City. Great to see you. Wonderful to see
Wonderful
you.
to see you too, and I have
Absolutely.
a new nickname. It's Amelia Amy Fowler. It's true, and it works for the night. All right, bye.
Okay, thanks. I just want to let the fans know that in 2015 at the Comedy Sports World Championship, New York played Portland in a semifinal. New York did beat us, but I'm going to say that that team was captained by Amelia, and that was one of the greatest matches of my very long career. It was fantastic. Jay Rambo played for Portland in that one. Fantastic match. It was so great. And
I love you. We're Mishpucha now.
great memories of that. So let's, the fans are all like, yeah, what's all this about? So yeah, we have World Championships every year, and this next summer we may have them virtually again, which you'll be able to attend no matter where you are. All right. Hey, let's call both captains to the screen. All right. We have Captain Johanna from Portland. We have Captain Ruth. Also, our other guests on the red team are Rick Stedman from CSz Los Angeles. And great to see him. He's changed his name to Rick Amy Stedman, so he's got that going for him. And finally, Cohen Leroy Jenkins.
Amy, my middle name.
Oh, Cohen Amy Jenkins now, yes. Who former Portland player who we traded to Boise for the rights to Mick LeClaire last year. And Cohen plays for Boise now, but he's back with us tonight. Great to see you. All right. Hey, captains, you've inherited a tie, so it's all pretty much up to you. And continue the work of all of the Amy's, no matter what team you're on. All right. So let's do a coin toss here, and I know it's shocking, but I've got a coin. So Captain Johanna, call it in the air. Heads or tails?
Tails.
It is tails. You've won the toss. I know. And I would like you to pick the first game for the second half, please.
You know what? I'm feeling some story.
Fantastic. All right. Fans, for the game of story, we need... Oh, Captain Ruth, do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
No.
Then I do.
Excellent. Great. Thank you. All right. Fans, we need the title of a story that's never been heard before in any media. You're making it up now. A simple phrase will do it. Doesn't have to be terribly complicated. We are going to have all the players on the screen, and then we're going to do a very special thing called spotlighting. So I'm going to ask for some technical assistance from Jay Rambo from the first half team. Jay, if you could spotlight me right now, fans could see what that looks like. So he'll get there. So this is how it works. The player who's big on the screen has to talk. And when another player comes up, they have to pick up exactly where that first player left off, even if that's in the middle of a word or phrase. So we'll throw people out for technical things, for hesitating, for repeating too much of a word. We do give them a little more slack here on Zoom than we do in our live shows, but we still need to be pretty tough, or else these people would go all night long. All right. Winning team gets 5 big points. And Marianne, what is the title of our story tonight?
I'm going to take Lisa's suggestion of My Special Pony's Very Bad Day.
My Special Pony's Very Bad
And
Day.
let's change that to The Special Pony's Very Bad Day, if you don't mind, Ref. Is that all right?
Why would I mind any decision that you make?
Thank you.
You're the chat goddess. All right. The Special Pony's Very Bad Day, Chapter 1.
Amy was a special pony. For one, her name was Amy, which is an unusual name for a pony, but beyond that, she also had a beautiful purple mane. She loved to frolic through the fields and to be adored by all of the other animals, because that's the function of an Amy, to be
Loved by the world, especially her 4th grade teacher, who thought she was the best student and wanted her to go on and win the spelling bee.
Now, this was very controversial because usually horses weren't allowed to be in the spelling bee, but she was so much smarter than the other humans in the class that really she was the odds-on favorite for the title. This upset some of the human parents who didn't think that a horse should be allowed in the competition. And so
she had to set them straight that equality is real and here to stay. I'm a horse that can measure up, so you won't have to deal with it. Amy brought to them an enlightenment that swept across the human nation. All people started to hang out with horses, especially ones named Amy, and that became the most popular name for the year 2021. For Amy
became such a popular name that, in fact, everyone named their firstborn Amy from then on. This became confusing because there were so many Amy horses and Amy people. It just was a little overwhelming. But
if you yelled out the name Amy, someone would always turn around, whether it was a horse, whether it was a person, or whether it was a young kid. At the spelling bee, this became a...
I gotta say, young kids are people, so having them as separate items in your story, I'm going to eliminate Jim. Tough call, I know. Tough call. Hey, great story so far. Deeply moving and metaphor for the times we are in. I'm very proud of everybody. So let's go with Chapter 2 of The Special Pony's Very Bad Day.
Amy decided that she knew what needed to happen. There needed to be special placards for people to differentiate each Amy and Horse Amy. So she began
her journey of creating placard signs with all different kinds of fonts. Her favorite font, of course, was Pleasure Palace.
That is the kind of font that really gets you where you live. And so she put Pleasure Palace right across her chest, and it became an issue almost immediately.
She put Pleasure Palace across her chest? Sorry, we have to eliminate that.
I was really concerned about this story.
Okay. We've also got Johanna on the ropes here. All right. Special Pony's Very Bad Day, Chapter 3.
It was the final round of the spelling bee. Remember that? We talked about it earlier. We're back there now. Amy was on the final word, deciduous. It was 4th grade. It was a pretty tough word for 4th grade. But
Me, she knew her stuff. You know she eats trees, right? Those are deciduous. So she was
gonna be pretty upset because she had eaten a rather large oak earlier in the day, and it had kind of gotten her a little upset with the stomach. You know, oak is it's a sharp taste. It's an acquired taste for Amy.
She had a little agita, which caused her to double at the middle. And she went, I can't go on. I have to stop. Please, my fellow horses, carry on for me.
I am not a loser, but I do have some acid reflux, and it is not a comfortable situation.
But the other horses, who were now known by fonts, took up the mantle. Trajan bold italic boldly struck in and spelled deciduous. D-I.
Okay. So he's out. Chapter 4.
Glory be. The spelling bee is over. Peace reigns amongst all. Now it is time to plant trees of joy to eat.
Later. But
I'm sorry, if I could be spotlighted for a moment. We're going to pause our story. I know this is unprecedented. I've never done this before. And if everybody could go back to gallery view, we're going to, and that includes all of our viewers, we're going to be counting down to New Year's in Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico. And if I'm correct, we actually have somebody watching from San Juan.
We do!
We do, which is truly amazing. So I didn't expect that.
Fridays.
So we're going to have our countdown here. And Marianne, when you are ready, we can go to the countdown, and we have a special musical thing at New Year's as well in Puerto
All right, here we go.
10, 9, 8,
7,
6,
5,
4, 3,
Someone's on mute.
This is where music goes.
We actually need sound on for this thing. So
be forgot.
I'm going to start it over and share sound. Give me just a moment.
okay, cool.
I'll try to
I
sing
like
it again
it.
later.
It's awesome.
We had the French rendition just now, so it's fine.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Be forgot and never brought to mind.
Wait, whoa. If he's there and he's also there, what's happening?
The world is turned upside down.
Yeah. Awesome.
And
That
that's
was
how
pretty
Pat
fun.
Short saved jazz.
Well, the saxophonist is Scott Getline from CSz San Jose, and he's a great guy. And the film was created by Cohen Jenkins of CSz Boise. Thank you, Cohen. Awesome work. So Feliz Año Nuevo, everybody, in Puerto Rico, and our 1 or 2 people watching from there. I'm really proud that somebody is. That's great. Could we go back to our story, please? I know it's tough, but we have Rick still in, and Amelia's still in, and Johanna's still in. I think I threw Cohen out right before the.
Whoa! I don't remember that happening.
You misspelled deciduous. So yeah. All right. Cool. So let's start with the what pony was it?
Amy.
Amy, the very
I know.
special pony.
Very
Special pony. It's the special
very
special pony.
Special pony's very bad day.
Special ponies. This is what happens to improvisers when you pause them for 3 minutes. The Special Ponies Very Bad Day, Chapter 5.
Okay, so Amy is all grown up now, and she is out in the street helping her fellow neighbors, bringing them cheer and good luck. And
she's now taking to the street to dance the horse dances that only horses can dance. She started a craze called Horsefoot to the Left. That's
a good story too, but this story is about her very bad day, and we're going to tell that story.
Johanna was hesitating and didn't see herself big on the camera for a minute there. I know, tough call. All right, we're down to Rick and Amelia. It's kind of this is kind of awesome because it's like LA versus New York. It's all sort of like cross-continental. All right, and it is the Special Ponies Very Bad Day, the final chapter.
after all this joy, some pain did show up in Amy's young horse life.
As we established earlier, she had terrible acid reflux. Now, equine GERD is a serious issue. And
sometimes it gets in the way of acid reflux too. And when that happens, one
has to take it seriously, even if one wants to mock others instead.
mockery is a thing, but truth is what wins out. Because when you see a thing, you have to say a thing, because that's what we say in New York City. Say it.
We say it in LA too. It's a thing that you say. You just say it.
I'm calling time.
Sorry.
I gotta say, I don't want to throw anybody out here, so I'm going to declare a tie. Points for each team. However, we are going to throw it to the fans for additional pointage, and we're going to relaunch the poll right now. And while that's happening, maybe it's time to see if our field reporter Tim Harrison is back in town. Tim, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello there. The match over in San Jose. I love you, Amelia.
I love you too.
15-13 over in San Jose, and I just wanted to throw this picture up. This is for Marianne Rambo, because earlier in a match, when I was field reporting, they had the combined suggestion of the beach and ennui. So this is a beach ennui.
Oh, Tim, you are in trouble.
Marianne, but I tried.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ref Patrick.
Okay, thank you very much, Tim. Very, very enterprising of you. All right, I'm going to share the results now. Blue team had 12, so we're going to give them 12 points. Red team had 8. We're going to give them 8 points. It's going to be a high-scoring match. And what's that make our score right now, Leslie?
Hang on, you're making me do math.
I know. My bad. My bad.
I want to say 31 to
27, if you look at your screen.
31 to 27. Thank you very much. I'm a theater major. Don't blame me.
Okay. Cool. Hey, it's a team choice round. Did I see that the blue team was ahead?
You did.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they
Blue
are.
captain on the screen. All right. Hey, Captain Johanna. Your team's ahead. You get to play first in team choice. What'll it be?
We would love to play advice panel, please.
Okay, fantastic. Do your advisors need suggestions or no?
Advisors, come on the screen if you want a suggestion.
Okay.
Nobody wants a suggestion.
Nobody wants a suggestion. All right. So we'll just get questions. So fans, go prepare your team, Johanna. Fans, we're going to give you a panel of experts to help you with any aspect of your life. So if you have relationship problems, family problems, do-it-yourself problems, fixing it around the home kinds of problems, maybe problems at work, anything that you need solved, we have a panel of experts for you. So please start throwing those ideas and your questions into chat. We've got a couple things already, so fans are all over it. And that's great. So, without too much further ado, let me please welcome our panel of experts. Hey! Nice. It's Howie and Brooklyn Bay, and somebody else is missing. Probably still working on something. So, but while they're still working... Pardon?
You were probably going to do the same thing I was. Were you going to remind the fans that if they have an unusual view, that they should look for gallery view on their computer?
That would be great. Yes.
Yes.
We messed it up doing story for you. So if you're only seeing the person who's speaking, please switch to gallery view and you'll see everything that you need to see. It's awesome. All right. We have Jackal and Howie in Brooklyn Bay. Jackal, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm basically like your average everyday. I fix any of your problems. You got a hedgehog in your yard, I'm your man.
Okay. Thank you, Jackal. Howie?
Yeah, my name's Howie Langstrom. I work at the Best Buy out there in Hillsborough. I walk the floor right there.
Oh, thank you, Howie. And thank you for all the discounts over the years. Appreciate it. Brooklyn Bay.
Hi, representing Brooklyn because my love affair is with the borough of Brooklyn because it's perfect. Because I'm just an around the way girl. And I'll give you a Brooklyn perspective on everything. You're right.
Cool. What's your favorite neighborhood, like Bedford-Stuy or Fort Greene or what?
See, I'm representing the style, but sometimes I roll through Crown Heights, and I've been known to be seen in Williamsburg, and you can't forget Cobble Hill, because yes.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Thanks for that. We all just learned a bunch. Okay. Hey, Marianne, what's our first question?
Well, our first question is a culinary question from Olivia. She wants to know the best way to make good soup.
What's the best way to make good soup? Let's go to Jackal. Jackal, best way to make good soup.
Okay, do you have a rabbit in your yard? Because I can come get it. I can also pick some of your carrots. I know you're growing. Usually some of the grass, people don't realize that it actually adds a little bit of flavor. I'll cut that for you too. And then, I wasn't going to say this, but, sometimes birds fall out of nests. Anything with protein, mix it in.
Okay, protein it is. Great. Thank you, Jackal. Olivia does confirm that she has a rabbit. Howie.
Yeah, the whole thing is fresh food is the best thing you can have. But if you want a lot of it, sometimes you have to freeze it. We got lots of freezers and all sorts of cooking utensils and all sorts of actually ranges that you can buy for a nice low price out there at Best Buy. And then you can make anything you want as long as you know how to cook.
It's super, super helpful, Howie. Brooklyn.
Hey, so I got two choices for you. One, Grubhub. Why are you going to fight that hard? And two, if you're going to do it at home, it's always about a proper stock. You need to be able to start with a good mirepoix and make sure that you actually do some sauteing of that so you break it down. And also cook your spices. It'll bring life to that stew or that soup. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you, Brooklyn. A couple of great perspectives there. Next question, Marianne.
Absolutely. Loyal fan Robin wants to know how to stop her dog from barking.
Okay. Let's help out Robin. Howie?
Yeah, dogs bark a lot of times when they're hungry or, when they just haven't been let out for a long time. So what you really need to do is let your dog out before you go to work, if you're still working, that is, and run them around the yard a lot. And we have devices that will allow you to keep your dog on an electronic leash and keep him within the yard. Then you bring him in, and as soon as you get home, you do the same thing. That way the dog will be tired, hungry, and ready to lie down.
Thank you, Howie. Brooklyn Bay.
Bark back at it. It will never see it coming. Aversion therapy is everything because the dog will be like, what? Did you just bark? And I'm like, I did it to my dog once. It really works.
Thank you. Jackal.
So I know that this is not people's first stop that they would go to, but my recommendation is definitely to get a second or third or maybe even fourth dog. Because once one is barking and then the other is barking, you're like, they're just talking to each other. It won't bother you.
Super helpful. Get more dogs. Hey, Marianne, what's up?
All right. Gloria has a home improvement question. How do you replace a bathtub?
How do you replace a bathtub? Wow, I think we have to go to Jackal on this one.
I mean, what I'm going to say is that bathtubs, I don't touch. Do you know how dirty those things are? They're full of critters. If you're going to shower outdoors at your local parks and recreation. Because your shower is full of germs.
Okay, thank you. Howie?
Yeah, we sell bathtubs down at Best Buy as well. You can get those nice and cheap. The thing is, I would normally recommend that for a few weeks you use this shower over at your health club, but they're all closed now. So the best thing to do is get on the phone and call us immediately and have us deliver a brand new bathtub for you.
Get one each week, people. That stuff builds up like you don't even know.
It does.
Cool. Thank you. Brooklyn Bay.
I respect my other two panelists, but what I would say is you want to do this cheap, but you want to do it right. Go out to the corner. There's always a dude named Junior somewhere, right? Call Junior. Junior will come. He'll hook your stuff up. Probably cost you $40, and you can get a recycled tub, get it reglazed, put it in. You good.
And that is time. Solid advice from our advice panelists. And thank you so much. All right. Now we need the red captain on the screen. All right, she's lighting it up. It's Captain Ruth. Captain Ruth, what game do you want to play?
I'd like to play the game of Shakespeare.
Okay, fantastic. Friends, for the game of Shakespeare, I need a situation that Shakespearean characters might find themselves in. Let's take that and see what happens with that kind of suggestion. All right. Cool. So while that's happening, what's going to happen in this scene is our three players, Cohen, Ruth, and Rick, will be playing the scene entirely in Shakespearean style as if it were William Shakespeare's 38th and heretofore unreleased new play. All right, what do we have, Marianne, from our fans?
From loyal fan Tim, we've got Mistaken Identity.
Mistaken Identity, fantastic.
And that would be Tim, different from roving reporter Tim. This is a loyal fan.
Oh, loyal fan Tim, thank you very much, loyal fan Tim. And thank you for all those fantastic suggestions tonight, or in the case of a couple people, tomorrow. It's been great. So, players, we've taken Mistaken Identity. Are you ready for Shakespeare?
Yes.
Yes.
And Mark, please underscore this.
I now upon the shore do land after a full month of travel, and do my way make toward the port city of Genoa to seek my fortunes and also to seek a love. You, good Cesario, hast thou come to attend upon me?
I have attended greatly to thee, for I have recently been to Genoa, and the Duke there does claim a striking resemblance to your own visage.
You say not. I look
think
as though
shenanigans may perhaps be in order. Some good old-fashioned Cesario shenanigans.
Ah, mayhaps indeed, for I do seek my fortune, and my fortune may come from someone else's fortune. Indeed, that is the way of fortunes.
And fortune shall be to you, for I did gaze upon this Duke and thought, a man so dull at heart, like a sword that has nary been used in but 2 decades. He has no features that anyone should ever agree with. And then I immediately thought of yourself.
As I am the more beauteous version of the Duke.
Tis true. Away to Genoa, I will find great wealth for you in the city.
To Genoa?
Nay, my poor son, he knows not he is cleft of twain, that he is one of two, and I dare not tell him, for it may break his heart, when he knows that once upon a time shipwrecked we were, and his twin was ta'en from us, ta'en from us, as a babe ripped from his mother, and yea, he was ripped from his mother, which is I, and oh, the pain, not unlike the pain of giving birth just a year prior. Oh, it was a dreadful birth, and oh, son!
Good mother, 'tis I, the Duke. I am so pleased to see thee. It is as the sunrise on a sad and desolate day, which provideth hope and giveth some warmth in the cold, unfeeling future.
Oh, son, I do know thou hast experienced a great deal of sadness and trauma for one so young, and to have landed upon these shores and yet become a duke. 'Tis amazing.
'Tis rare for hard work and perseverance to make one a duke, but indeed I did achieve.
Indeed you did. And what hast thou to complain and weep so of, when thou hast this
Mother,
castle given
who are
thee?
you talking to, Mother?
Oh. What
Who is this strange man in my bedroom?
This is for me.
Tis as as a looking glass, and one but warped and frozen.
So I did have a dream upon last night, where I was venturing through town square, before being cleft in twain by a great broadsword, and I do feel that you are that half of me that is lost.
I did a similar dream have, and indeed felt cleft and felt missing.
Why can this be so? Oh, those two young boys who gave me such a great deal of pain coming into the world should now be together reunited. And what may they accomplish so?
And that is time. We'll never know, but a spectacular, very brief introduction to this tremendous Shakespeare play. Strong work there, and we're going to go to our poll, friends, and we're going to find out whether you preferred the blue team's advice panel or the red team Shakespeare. I know this is a tough vote, but here we go. And while we're doing this, hey, what do we have, Leslie, for announcements?
I would just like to remind our viewing audience out there that if you'd like to support us through this time, Mary Ann's going to pop into the chat the information on how to do that to make sure that this chaos never ends.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we really don't want. Excellent. And ending the poll here. Wow, it's a big deal for the red team. We're going to give them 7 points, and we're going to give the blue team 3 points. And I want to give 2 bonus points to red for excellent use of instant backgrounds. So that's very important. So I need to stop sharing there. And what's that make our score?
That brings our score 36-34 for the red team.
Ooh, I broke the tie doing that. Ooh. All right. Hey, next up is a ref challenge head-to-head round. It's the last one of this half before we bring everybody out. I would also like people to know, I don't know if you're hearing this, but apparently bombs are exploding around my house here in Portland. Somebody else has been celebrating New Year's in Puerto Rico. All right, so I'm going to challenge both teams to the game of Newscaster. For the game of Newscaster, friends, we need a suggestion of an event that you've had recently or are looking forward to. Let's say one you're looking forward to in 2021, an event that you're looking forward to. And we will be doing an entire newscast based on your event. So let's throw that in there. While that's happening, I just wanted to check, is Tim, our roving field reporter, on the spot, or is he elsewhere?
Tim is roving.
Oh, he's roving. He must be in San Jose. He's flying back and forth, piling up the miles. And do we have a suggestion from our loyal fans?
You know, our suggestion from Dick and Jane is an uncanceled cruise. So I'm guessing they got in early before COVID came along.
Oh, okay. An uncanceled cruise for 2021. And so Dick and Jane will be going on this cruise. And we'd like to recognize Dick and Jane for a massive amount of support over this last year and very, very faithful attendance at our Saturday night shows. Thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you and wouldn't want to do it without you. So Dick and Jane going on a cruise. If they could throw in where the cruise is going, maybe we could make it a little more specific for them. I don't know if that's important, but we'll see if that happens. And
they're going to Hawaii, Patrick.
Oh, cruise to Hawaii. Very, very nice. All right, let's throw it open and find who our anchors are for the newscast here. And please welcome our CSz News team.
Good evening on Channel 5 at the hour. Here we are. I'm your anchor, Billings, Montana. And with me, as always...
Hey, Billings. And I'm Nopra Nymphrey, a close but distant relative of Oprah.
Good to see you, Nopra.
Good to see you, Billings.
All right. Well, we've finally gotten the results of the presidential election. But before we get to that, a pretty important story. Nopra, I've heard that Dick and Jane recently managed to go on an uncanceled cruise to Hawaii.
Well, aloha, Dick and Jane.
It's both hello and goodbye.
That's right, coming and going. I like it.
All right, well, for more on how this affected the wide world of weather, let's go to our meteorologist, Bill Cumulus. Bill?
Oh.
Yeah, thank you there, Billings. You know, this is kind of an unusual event. People are traveling to Hawaii finally again. And fortunately, the weather is going to be somewhat good. Partway across the Pacific, it's going to be nice and mild. And then there's going to be some storms building up as we get out about halfway there. So the cruise ship may have to go around that to get over to Hawaii. But I think that all in all, they're going to have a lot of fun going to the islands.
All right, thank you so much, Bill.
That is wonderful. That sounds delightful. Oh, I'm so glad you gave us all that background, Mr. Cumulus.
Oh,
I heard. You do it well. I heard, I just got it over the earphone. I don't know if you caught that, that all this somewhat okay weather has caused all the animals to just go a frizzy tizzy wizzy. And we have a reporter that's here to tell you all about the animal chase that ensued. Billings, can you believe it?
I can, because I'm here too. Let's go to her, our resident animal chase reporter, Kitty McFirstrap.
Oh, Kitty.
Hi, y'all. Kitty McFirstrap here. Let me call some animals. Do, 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 do. They love that noise. It's my pleasure to bring all of the animals together because, you know, animals, they naturally, people think they fight. They don't fight. They love each other. They want to be together. They want me to hold them in their arms. And on a cruise, you can find all kinds of animals, like mostly rats, but I'm sure there's something else. But here, let me get all suited up. Let me blow my special whistle and see if we can bring some rats here. Toot, 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 toot. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Oh, here they are. Here, and look, they want you to pet their little ears, pet and comb, because, you know, rats want to look good too. You wouldn't think that, but they're very, what's the word? Not modest, the opposite of modest. Yeah. That one needs a little knock on the nose. It looks like it's not happy.
I'm the best.
Oh.
I'm the best.
Listen to my magical song. Toot, 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 toot.
I have been humbled by your magic song.
That's how it works.
Thank you so much for that, Kitty. It's never not terrifying.
I learned so much. The animals, they don't fight. They get along, but in a raucous way.
Yeah. Yes. I learned that they're not modest. They're the other thing.
And brushing calms their souls.
Yes. Oh,
Billings. It's been an amazing forecast, the newscast rather.
It's both.
Wait, I just heard a doodle doo doo doodle doo doo doodle doo doo doodle doo doot.
I heard that doodle doo too.
Yeah, that can only mean that we have a hard-hitting investigative reportive session. Yeah, that word. Coming to you from Heather Hopler.
Hey, it is me, Hedda Hopler, and I am here on the street doing the real investigation. The investigation that counts, people. Animals are one thing, but come on. So Dick and Jane, they're going on this cruise, and I got a hold of their children for the real lowdown scoop. And so I have here with me today, I have both Sally and Ted. Sally and Ted, their kids. And Sally and Ted, I wanted to ask you how you feel about your parents going to Hawaii. Well, I have to say, you know, like my parents, they're going and they're not taking us. I'm like, what's up with that? Yeah, man, I totally expected they would take us, and I do not understand why they aren't. Like, we deserve to go to Hawaii too. What's up, Mom and Dad? Think about it. Yeah, we want to go too, Mom and Dad. So tell me, do your parents often leave you home? I mean, you are teenagers. Do they leave you at home? And if they do, what's going to happen in that kind of scenario? You don't even want to know. Yeah, so take us. Dick and Jane, I think you better. I think you better give some thought to that because I would not look at these two. You're gonna leave those two at home. I mean, yeah, their opposable thumbs are maybe an issue for getting into any kind of real trouble, but you just never know. And what's gonna happen when they turn their backs on you? That. Think about it.
Thank you so much, Hedda. It's that kind of hard-hitting investigative puppetry that landed you that local Emmy.
I know. Thanks.
Oh, those kids are scary.
Yeah.
Don't sleep too hard, y'all. Don't sleep too hard.
I'm
I'm sorry, got me.
It's all right, Nopra. We shared a moment.
Yeah, we did. Our eyes locked. I felt the magic.
I did too. I miss being in person so much.
I miss you, Billings.
I miss you, Nopra.
The news! The news!
The blasted news!
You know what? What everyone loves on a cruise? Sports.
Oh, indeed. And for how Dick and Jane's uncanceled cruise to Hawaii is affecting the world of sports, and sports are affecting that cruise, we've got Tex Gunderson, as always.
Well, thank you, Billings and Nopra. Well, as you all know, the featured event of every cruise is the Cornhole and Coladas event, which is a couples 2-on-2 cornhole tournament in which Dick and Jane have made it to the finals here on Wednesday. And I'll tell you, it's quite the event. The event starts at 12, which is, some may say, a little early for a Coladas event, but there you go. Dick and Jane got off to quite a fast start, but then Jonathan, the drinks boy, came by with 12 Coladas on his tray. And Dick decided to have a couple, maybe perhaps a couple more than Jane wished he would have perhaps consumed. And while he was striking threes, and ones all day, those turned into a bunch of goose eggs for Dick. The bounce got a little bit off, and when the bounce is off, the beanbags are off. You know what they say. And it ended up in a tie because neither competitor team could find the hole after the third game.
Oh, that's always the way, Tex. That's always the way. Well, we never did get to that presidential election. We'll have to tell them about it.
And we don't want you to. So there you go. All right, that is a newscaster with our friends Billings and Nopra.
I caught a large rat!
Excellent. All right. Blue is going to get 2 bonus points, one for the assist of the rats, and the second one for bringing in that kitty at the end. So now we have to go to our poll. And while we go to the poll, could we talk about classes? Yes, we could. We have classes starting, right, Leslie?
We do. In fact, we have 101 starting on January 4th here online with Patrick Electrical Short, which I hope he loves me in your view because he is in mine. So that's why I'm pointing out.
Cool. Also, starting January 16th on Saturdays is U18 improv for ages 11 to 17. And here to talk about that is our acting youth ed director all the way from Portland, Maine, Matt Danger Russell. Matt?
Hello, Pat. I'm just really getting into this whole Zoom filter thing.
I can see that.
Wow. Hat means classes. But no, I've had the pleasure of teaching U18 classes when I was living there in Portland, Oregon, from 2015 to 2017, and now I get the pleasure again to teach it during online.
It's been great.
It's been a lot of fun. And I always try to change up the classes a little bit so that way you could take the classes over and over again with the youth, new games, but still getting across those same things of listening, acceptance, team building, groupthink, and support, which are all the key concepts that lead to great improv as well as to great team building and great personality traits going forth.
Absolutely. And the 6-week class ends in a Zoom show for friends and family as well.
It does. And every Zoom show that we've done, every class that I've done, it's not game. We've always created at least 1 or 2 games that the kids help to create and have gone on to be played with the professional teams ever since.
That's awesome. All right, great. Thank you, Matt. And now let's go to our score. Blue team got 6 points from the voting. Red team got 4 points. What does that make our score going into the final round?
Well, that makes our score 42-40 for the blue team.
Ooh, it is very, very, very close. And thank you, Kathleen, for letting us know that your kids love Matt's class. Awesome. Thank you so much. Again, that starts January 16th on Saturdays, 10 to 12 Pacific time. And people can be in other time zones now and still work with us. That's what's kind of cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a blast. And I've got a bunch of people to thank. First of all, on keyboards tonight, doing stuff in the background, Mark Anderson. Thank you so much, Mark. Our announcer, Leslie Mansfield. Our chat goddess, Marianne Rambo. Couldn't do it without you. And amazing guests, Amy Westrup from Milwaukee, Matt Russell and Krista Simonis from Portland, Maine, Amelia Fowler from New York, Cohen Jenkins from Boise, and Rick Stedman from Los Angeles. Thank you so much to all of our guests. And we had another guest through the night, and that is CSZ field reporter Tim Harrison. Tim, let's have a final report.
Yes, Ref Patrick. Points are... Sorry, I periodically use this microphone.
Oh, no.
Oh, Tim. Oh, no.
Just in San Jose, where really numbers don't matter over there. It's completely, they're just tanking that match over there. So I hear you're having an intercity match. I think you have nothing to worry about.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, that's right. We're playing San Jose on Saturday, January 9th. So visit for that. That's awesome.
Added commercial. Well, I'm off to celebrate because it's almost midnight here. So
give our best to the rest of Indy, will you?
I will do that. And Happy New Year to everyone. And you were all amazing.
Love you, Tim.
It's been a pleasure having you here. Thank you, Tim. All right.
Happy New Year, Tim.
And folks, that might sound like it was the end of our match, but it's not. I want all of the players, first and second half, on the screen for our final game of New Year's resolution. Look at all these people.
It's so cute.
And there's a puppy. Oh.
Points here, yo. Red team needs some points.
Okay, red team gets a point for the puppy.
All
right.
Oh,
Nice.
if we're playing like that.
Uh-oh. Blue team gets a point for the kitty. Red team gets a point for the white kitty. Blue team gets a point for that kitty.
All night.
This is going to be going all night. Let's leave it at a 1-point difference, and wherever you put the score is fine with me. All right.
43 blue, 42 red.
All right, 43-42 as we go into our final. Matt, put the Lysol down. All right, our final thing. And this is how this game works. It's New Year's resolution. We're going to get suggestions from you. So we need animals. We need occupations. We need objects. Load up chat with that so that Marianne has to pick and choose and makes her job easier and harder at the same time. And we're going to do a joke. So if we were to say it was based on cows, you might say, my New Year's resolution for 2021 was to travel more, but maybe I should make an udder one. See? That's how it works. So if it's a good pun, I'll ring a bell and an angel will get its wings. The team will score 1 point. If it's a bad pun or nobody gets it, I'll blow the Oregon duck call. And no points.
Hey, the duck call.
I know. For our guests, that's very frightening, I know. And it will be probably blown at least once during this, even if it didn't deserve it. All right.
Probably at me.
Probably at Amy Gray. All right. So, players, we ready to rock and roll here? Yeah. All right. So, Marianne, what do we have?
Loyal fan Lisa has suggested porcupine for our first suggestion for this
Thank
game.
you, Lisa. It's porcupines as our New Year's resolutions. And Rick.
I resolve that I'm finally going to join a gym. I quill.
Matt.
I resolve not to be so much of a prickle.
Amy Westrup.
I'm probably going to make like 50 resolutions and none of them will stick.
Ooh, very nice. Johanna.
My resolution this year is to go out dancing more. I think I'll start with the hokey pokey.
Amy Gray.
I resolve not to be such a stickler for detail.
Oh, that's a good one. Jay Rambo.
I believe this year I'm going to take up needlepoint.
And Amelia.
I make resolutions every year. I don't know why I can't stick to them.
Ooh. All right. And we're going to hold it there. Krista, for making that face, you're going to go first on the next one. If you get a bell, it's 2. If you don't, it's -2. All right. What is our next suggestion, Marianne?
Krista's surprise suggestion is bus driver.
Bus driver. And begin. Krista?
In the new year, I resolve to actually stop when the light flashes and the sign pops out.
Fair. Amy Milstein.
I was gonna make a resolution, but it's not gonna. It doesn't seem fair.
Ooh. Cohen Jenkins.
This year I want to be more cultured. I want to go to art museums. I think I'll try Met.
Local joke guests. Amy Westrup.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like that bus driver from Speed. I'm gonna make resolutions, and I can't stop, won't stop.
Amelia.
I want to kind of make a difference. No, nothing specific. No exact change am I looking to make.
Wow. Rick. Rick,
This
please.
year, I resolve I'm going to stop arguing with my mother because we always go round and round, back and forth.
Matt.
This year, I have decided to allow my dog to explore more things. 50 Shades of Greyhound. I'll just grab it.
Ruth.
I had this one particular resolution, but I think it was going down the wrong route.
Jay.
I made a great resolution last year. I think I'm going to just transfer it over.
Amy Gray.
I resolve to stop token.
I think that one has to be 2 points there, Scorpio. All right, we need another suggestion. If I'd have been ready, that might have been the last one, but I wasn't ready.
We're going to go with typewriter for the next one.
Typewriter, old school typewriter. And let's go, Ruth.
I resolve to stop getting so keyed up.
Amy Milsh.
I resolve to stop giving people a good ribbon.
Matt.
I resolve to stop hurting people. It's not what you ink.
Oh.
I got it. I got the .com.
Amy Westrup.
You know what? I'm just going to do lots and lots of good deeds because I know when you do, you get a lot in return.
Cohen.
I really need to make more money this year. Cha-ching.
Johanna.
This year, in order to make my resolutions, I had to read a manual.
Jay.
I resolved this year to take my wife on a carriage ride.
Amy Gray.
I resolve to satisfy my quirtiosities.
And that is time. We knew that one was coming.
Yes.
Wow.
Closer.
Holy moly. All right. There was a lot of things to add up. Once again, thanks to all of you All-Stars for playing with us tonight, whether you're All-Stars from Portland or All-Stars from New York or LA or Boise or Milwaukee or Portland, Maine. We love all of you. Thank you so much for being here with us. And for the East Coasters, we got to get you out of here pretty quick because you got a New Year thing coming up. I know. Apologies for that.
It's called sleep,
I
Pat.
gotta go to bed.
Too many jokes. All right. Absolutely wonderful. And then let's go to our tension-building music and find out the final score.
And it was actually a pretty tight race there, but with a final score of 55-56, the winners of tonight's match, the last one of 2020, is indeed the red team!
Well, the red team has won it, ladies and gentlemen, but such a close match, such a great match. And thank you so much for being with us. Back to you, Leslie Mansfield, to take us out.
All right, let's just send our players off with a good old Happy New Year, starting with Jay, Amy Rambo, Amy Westrup, Matt, Amy Russell, Amy Gray, first half blue team captain Krista, Amy Simonis, red team first half captain Amy Milstein, and finally we've got Jim, Amy Sapp, Cohen, Amy Jenkins, Amelia, Amy Fowler, Rick, Amy Stedman, your second half blue team captain Johanna, Amy Lowenberg, and finally your red team captain Ruth, Amy Jenkins. And last but not least, Patrick, Amy.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a blast. Marianne will throw the Venmo and PayPal into chat. Have a great new year, and let's make 2021 the future that it needs to be. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. See you next year.
If you're traveling vehicularly, often it is perpendicularly. It's a no-brainer making turns on a grid. Now look at what the city planners done did. They've installed an alternate intersection that seems to go off in random directions. Yield at the sign, take a breath, it's okay. Cars already circling should have the right of way. Now, don't freak out, it's a roundabout. No need to speed and no need to shout. You may be full of doubt, just go in and out. It's a roundabout, it's just a roundabout. Traffic signals, roundabouts, and rotaries are designed to reduce the traffic speeds. Conceived in 1900 as a junction more efficient. Don't act like a quadrangle when you're faced with something different. There were some problems until the 60s when the offside priority rule fixed these. It says don't stop, but yield it first, unless you're driving through Portland's Laurelhurst. Now, don't freak out, it's a roundabout. No need to speed and no need to shout. You may be full of doubt, just go in and out. It's a roundabout, it's just a roundabout. Don't speed up, but maybe slow down. Don't stop or yield once you're going around. Do not pass and don't signal your turn. I know it's a lot, but I think we can learn.